GM, everybody. What is going on today? How is everybody feeling right now? Are you sipping on promethazine like Mr. David Blunt's? I know I am. Actually, it's coffee. But what a nice morning to wake up. Fantom is ripping right now. $1.30. Man, a sight to behold. So we got a lot to talk about for sure. You know, looking at this chart, you would think that something has happened, right? What has happened? Boom. Sonic Mainnet deployed. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not on there yet, right? There seems to be a little bit of confusion by there being a deployment, but it's not live yet. You know, you have to deploy to Mainnet to get all your stuff set up. That was obviously going to be very hard to hide. So we have Mainnet. It's out there. It's live. It's coming really soon. Infrastructure deploying, as the post says. So I would say we got to be close, right? I don't know how close, but a week, days, this weekend, I don't know. So everybody buckle up. Oh man, good morning. Is it Pearl Jam Pate, as they say in the UK? Good morning. Nice to see you, brother. South, good morning. It says we back the right horses for me. I would say so. It's been a long journey, hasn't it? Very long. But here we are. Look at this thing. You know, everybody was getting a little anxious, I would say, earlier in the week. You know, we were waiting for an announcement. It was becoming a dev do something when dev situation. People were claiming to be losing faith. They were tired of there not being a launch date. Is this just going to go on forever? I think you can see here on the chart that right around, you know, yesterday, we've just been rocketing ever since. So, you know, I don't even got any new meme lines drawn yet. We gotta look back here. I mean, yeah, look at this. I mean, earlier this year, we topped, you know, about $1.20. So as of now, we are pretty much in uncharted territory. We got to see what's going on here. So, yeah, like I said, a lot to talk about. There is something I do want to point out, and this is also a very bullish case right here. So, Fantom is ripping, right? Remember, I was talking about the dominance chart, the Bitcoin dominance chart, and how important that was for us to finally get that alt season, right? Look at this thing. We topped up at about 60. Which way is that going down? Or rather, which direction is that going? It's going down. 56%. We're getting there, right? I remember last run, I think last time we looked at it, for there to be like the true alt season, Bitcoin had to go down below about 50. This looks like we're on the way. I think we're getting there. But something else I want to point out that's very interesting. Ethereum is not going up while Bitcoin is going down. What is going up? This little blue line that says others, as in alt L1s, is going up. Ethereum is going down with Bitcoin. I don't know what to tell you guys. Is it over for Ethereum? Maybe. But to me, I don't even think I've ever seen this before. That when the Bitcoin dominance goes down, you're supposed to see Ethereum and the alt L1s and everything start to move. Ethereum is going down with Bitcoin, but the alt L1s are moving. Very interesting to watch. Also, looking at Solana down here, the purple line, green line, sorry. You know, Solana kind of flat. Solana's not ripping, Ethereum's not ripping, but the alt L1s are. Super interesting. So I think we're just getting started. I think we're entering that period. I think I've said for a while that I thought we probably wouldn't see like a true alt run until like earlier next year. Maybe we're early, but it's all coming together. The halving price action, the election, Bitcoin dominance moving down. So I think that we're fortunate, right? That it seems like Sonic has been timed just right. It's the perfect storm right now. I'm just so excited. It's just it's been a long time. We've just been waiting for this. And shout out to everyone that stuck around in the community. Not that you had to. I don't blame anybody for having to go elsewhere, whatever. But just shout out to anyone that, you know, was still holding, was accumulating when FTM went back down to like 20 cents. I think it's about to be our time, boys. So with that, with Sonic on the way, we're going to have a lot of, I wouldn't say this is negative, but I think there's going to be a lot of chaos. You're going to have all the old projects that are on Fantom right now are trying to figure out what their plan is for Sonic. Are they going to bridge? Are they going to drop a new contract? You have the old DeFi protocols having to figure out their migration. And then, of course, on top of the, former projects, we have that 60-something plus new protocols coming to Sonic right at launch. And that's not even counting everything. I mean, there's so many other things happening, so many other people coming. Everybody's talking about it behind the scenes. It's going to be fun, I think, honestly. Like Fallout Zone says here, ready for the PvP from protocols. Farming will be nice. Exactly, brother. This is what I've been saying in group chats, that a lot of people have had concerns about, will there be enough volume to go around, right? And in my mind, I feel like we're going to be looking at like that 2021, early 2022 Fantom DeFi, where for the user, it's great, right? For us, the users, it's going to be an amazing time because people are going to be competing for who has the best yield, who's like offering the best farming. I remember in last run, it was like every week, it was like, all right, what's going on this week? Who's doing what? Did you hear that these guys are offering this? And it's like a damn buffet. It's a DeFi buffet. And it's all for you, and it's coming. So I can't wait for it. Obviously there will be a lot of meme stuff going on too. Alex says Meme Mania first week of Sonic. That's right. They're bringing back the meme comp. Says it's coming back the first week of Sonic. So 1 million S gonna be shot out to holders of the different memes. So can't wait to see that either. It's gonna be nice to have that. I mean, imagine we're gonna have that going on top of all the DeFi stuff. I think we're in really good shape. So it feels amazing. But yeah, talking about just covering some like stuff around the eco, speaking of plans, you have some of the big meme tokens banding together here. Familio, THC, Ruggy, and I think they also are including Hedgie in this, where they have put together what they call the FWO. They're all going to do like a similar migration where you put your tokens, you kind of lock your tokens, get a receipt token, and then they're going to drop new tokens on Sonic. So I thought that was cool to see several of the projects kind of come together with this like same plan. You got things like Chill, who is Chill, Blackie, Pyro. Those guys are actually all going to kind of like merge together and pop out a new coin on Sonic. Then you have projects, Goggles, of course, we're going to offer a layer 0 bridge. F-Dog's going to have a layer 0 bridge. So I hope everybody's ready. I hope all the projects are ready. All the protocols are ready. I think there's pros and cons to not having not had like an official launch date. But as I've said before, I kind of treated things like, you got to be ready for December 1st. I guess today is December 3rd. So yeah, I can't wait for that. But there's just been a lot of chatter all over the timeline, which is what you also love to see. I mean, I had to share this. Daniele, the king of the Ponzu himself, been teasing like, I don't know, at this point, we're talking maybe 2 or 3 Daniele projects on Sonic. I think he's just like ready for that Fantom Degen season. So far, Daniele's got, I think they're bringing their WAGMI protocol to Sonic. They have some kind of meme token launcher to bring into Sonic. And now he's talking about an AI agent on Sonic. So that's pretty hot right now. Seeing a lot of this, especially on Solana. The AI agents are pretty interesting. I mean, it ranges from just somebody having an AI agent like update their X, but they still have a token, all the way to like people actually doing like really interesting things. There was the project where this guy, you had to pay money every time you asked the AI a question, and it built a pot up. And the whole point of asking the AI questions was that if you could trick it into sending you the money, you get the pot. So lots of interesting stuff happening with that right now. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting, just to see that Daniele is just all about Sonic. So I would love to see that too. You know what I mean? Like of course, love to see like some legit, well thought out DeFi. But if you're like me, you miss those 1000 APR Ponzi, like Ponzi, like whatever projects that, they burn out sometimes in a week or two, but it's kind of like a gambling rush, you know what I mean? So yeah, Ponzi season, that's right. I think it's coming. Will Harry relaunch Tomb? Who knows? Sal says 1000 APR is weak. I want 20,000. Yeah, I agree. We need a bunch of Ohm forks back, back when there was Ohm season. Before there was Tomb season, there was Ohm season. That was also a glorious time where, 49,000 AP, 49,000% APR. Like I said, it's more like gambling. It's more like the rush of gambling than being like, hey, I'm making smart choices with my money. But I feel like that's the great part about Web3. You have people that are actually innovating and like actually care about like, hey, we need like sustainable ways to like make money to, be better than the banking system. But then you have people that are just like 49,000% APR. It might go to zero in 2 days, but that's just the nature of the beast. So Steve says, you better give me my Tomb airdrop. I'm still waiting. I got a feeling you're going to keep waiting for that, but who knows? That would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? I would love nothing more than that for everybody to get their famous airdrop that has been coming for 2 years. So, or when they do finally airdrop it, it's going to be, like $1 a wallet or something. George says, give me nodes. Yeah. Love a good node as well. Good node. Love a node project. Those were fun too. I could be down with that. I think we're going to see it all. I hope we are, I hope we're going to, like I said, I hope we're going to see the nice refined DeFi that brings in like some serious TVL. But I think that going into this run, we don't have the new Ponzi born yet. I think it's not even here yet, So excited for that. Sal says when peg. Yeah, I wonder what the peg is actually right now, how far off it is at this point. With Fantom being $1.30, I got to imagine that the peg is very far off. But yeah, like I said, seeing a lot of chatter. Bugsy here, he's a dev for Hermes on Chain. Omni Chain. And if you're familiar with that project, that has a ton of volume. I'm like pretty excited about that one too. Just like they kind of do it all. Like they do like concentrated liquidity. They have concentrated liquidity management. They kind of got like a V3 vote system. It originally started on Metis, but now they've just like gone like full like Omni Chain. So I know this isn't like super pretty right here, but it's actually like a pretty intense overall protocol. So yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of that. I'm just seeing like, I'm seeing just like, there's projects that are confirmed that are coming, but then there's just stuff like this even where somebody's like, hey, we're coming to Sonic, like get ready. Yeah, current Tomb price is 1 cent. So they got $1.29 to go to regain peg. But imagine if you buy 1 million Tomb at 1 penny and it regains peg. And please don't listen to me right now. I'm totally being sarcastic because that used to be part of what was pushed was like, hey, I'm buying it here because when it regains peg, it's going to be worth so much money. But yeah, coming back to the charts, I do want to pull up the Bitcoin weekly now that we're seeing dominance is starting to flip. All L1s are ripping. I want to see what the Bitcoin weekly looks like. We're still right here around 100K. It looks like it's all kind of lining up with the dominance part. These are weekly candles, so very, high time frame. And it looks like we're getting a little red. We're still way above the alpha trend. So I think we're about to come back to earth a little bit on Bitcoin. Couldn't break 100K, but as expected, 100K has got to be the mother of all psychological resistance areas right now. So I would speculate we're going to probably get really close to tapping 100K at least another time or two before we finally bust out. But like I said, it's all primed for alts, I think. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance is falling. Bitcoin's going to come back to earth a little bit. Gives everybody enough time to blast off. So, yeah, I don't think it gets much better than this right now. I haven't felt like this in a while, where you just can feel it, right? There's just like an electricity on the timeline, in the chats, whatever. So get your Fantom ready, soon to be S. Get your stables ready. It's about to be chaotic in a good way. Yankee says, once we break 100K, though, who's left to sell? That's a very good question. I think at this point, as long as Michael Saylor keeps holding, I think we're going to be okay. So, yeah, who's left to that point? I'm sure there are people that would like to sell, but yeah, it's just crazy right now. So, wanted to cover some of those things today. Corval's out this morning, so hopefully we'll see him back on Friday. But there was something else. There's a lot of DeFi coming. There's a lot of GameFi coming as well. One game in particular, Fate Adventure. You may have heard of it by now. They have been grinding for, at this point, a very long time. And their game is launching on Sonic. And they have actually shared with us like a little gameplay trailer. And they also plan on doing like a little AMA with us here. But I thought I would share this trailer with you guys. I was, pretty impressed. It doesn't really look like your average, static RPG or whatever. You get a lot of those online. Yeah, Yankee says Fate Adventure sounds sick. To be honest, I'm excited for it. Yeah, from everything I've seen, it's like you'll see here in this clip. It looks like a real video game, I guess is what I'm getting at, which has been hard to come by so far in Web3 gaming. I think it's a big thing we've been missing, because last run, to me, a lot of it was about pushing the boundaries of Solidity. So last run, people could like show you here's a coin flip game, and everyone would be like, oh, like, yeah, that's right. I coded a coin flip gambling dApp, right? That's just not going to cut it anymore. We've pushed the boundaries of Solidity. People are doing insane things now, years later. So I think for GameFi to finally become what everybody's wanted it to become, we're going to have to see more stuff like this, stuff where it's like an actual game. So from what I've seen, like I said, I'm going to show it here. The gameplay actually looks like a real video game. Apparently, it has like some pretty deep mechanics and RPG elements. So let's take a peek right now. Here is a trailer for Fate Adventure. Yeah, I think it's like, like I said, it looks like a real video game. So congrats to those guys. I think it's going to do really well. It seems like they've already got like a community kind of built up, people that have been waiting for this. Yeah, Steve says I played the first version. I loved it. Yeah, it's kind of got like looks like you got some kind of Pokemon, Digimon vibe, with actual fighting and all that good stuff. So yeah, Fallout says, I think GameFi will have its time once DeFi is really running like NFTs. I agree. I think that we saw with NFTs that, I compared it to like a luxury item, right? Was that the last run was the first time we really had like NFTs as like a big staple of Web3. And I think that's what we kind of learned, was that for NFTs to take off, DeFi money has to be flowing. And, because it's like the DeFi money flows, then you start flexing with your PFPs. Of course, there's still NFT communities and things that made it through the bear. That's kind of like where this like cult thing has come from, like with meme tokens and NFTs, because you kind of had to have a community like that to stay afloat during the bear market. So yeah, I agree though. I think we see, with DeFi gains, we see money flowing into NFTs and probably into GameFi as well. Yankee says there is an Andre character in it. I didn't know that. That's pretty funny. I would love to see that. So I guess it's somebody like hate tweeting or something and they shoot you with lightning from their phone. But yeah, pretty excited for that. We'll keep you guys posted on the AMA. I think what they're going to do is they're going to make like they're going to like do some like actual gameplay while doing the AMA, kind of like make a nice clip like they just did. So excited for that. Maybe we'll have that Friday. If not, probably early next week. But that's really about it for today. Just wanted to touch on the market. I hope everybody's enjoying it. I think we got more to come. I think we're going higher. So get those migration plans ready. Get your Fantom freed up. I think it's go time. So thanks for joining. And we will see you back Friday. Hopefully me and Corbel. So, I missed the guy. So I hope he's all right. Probably getting some rest. So we will see you guys Friday.